So then the Bible goes on to say in this genealogy that there was a man named Enoch, and that he walked with God, and then one day he was no more. That God took him up, that he was raptured off of this earth and he didn't have to die. And that's just neat. It's neat that God did that very early on in human history, and then he does it again with Elijah. And then it talks about in the future that God is going to take us up, the believers in the future will be caught up together with him. He talked about two people being in a field, one being taken up and the other staying. And so I want you to realize that when you walk with God, there's a chance you're not going to have to die, that you will be able to be taken up and escape death. Isn't that neat? And just how gracious is our God that He does this for us, and how neat is it going to be for the generation of believers that get to experience that rapture. Which the rapture, the word itself is not in the Bible, but neither is Trinity. But we do believe in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and so I believe in a rapture just because it describes it. And so, what is it going to be like for our world whenever this happens, when there's this mass rapture, this massive rapture? And so I think really what the enemy is doing now is, in his strategy, is coming up with an alternative for people to believe in besides God, and that would be in aliens. There's so many people that believe and have experienced something similar to an abduction from aliens. And I do believe that's demonic, and I do believe many people are going to think that that is what happened whenever there is a rapture and a generation of believers in Jesus Christ are taken away. And it's just crazy to me how people don't want to believe in a hyperdimensional God and hyperdimensional beings and angels and demons, but they'd rather believe in a three-dimensional extraterrestrial from some other planet in our universe. And I don't buy it, and I don't believe God made beings on any other planet. I believe we can certainly say that life is no accident. I think if you're honest with yourself, you'll believe that life did not develop on Earth by accident, and if it is on another planet, then God would have had to made it, and I just don't think He did. So let's just be careful of believing in that, and believing in aliens and abductions, and let's also realize that if we cling to God and if we live for Him, there's a good chance. We don't know what generation it's going to be, but sometime in the future, when God is about ready to send Jesus back to rule the earth, that there will be a generation that's raptured away, and how sweet it will be for that generation.